Alright then folks, welcome back to, well this is actually Roadtrip. We're going to call this Roadtrip Extra for the first time. Roadtrip Extra then, welcome to it. Before we get into the game then that you're here to see, Dortmund versus Tottenham, just going through a few things that have come up since we last met. Fernandes, 53% of the vote for fans player of the season. Defoe got goal of the season. Signing of the season, Ronaldo Samuel from AC Milan. Bit surprising, bit shocked about that considering how well received Fernandes was. And at young player of the season again, Ronaldo Samuel. In terms of stats then, Defoe got 21, highest average rating was Fernandes, most assists Henry Green, best pass completion was Christian Varane, most man of the match awards was Defoe and Fernandes, both with 5 each. And yellow cards, Christian Varane as well. Puts himself about, fair to say. And yeah, there we are then. The season review for Stuttgart, as we leave them, 90% attendance isn't too bad, throughout the season. Poor cup showing, though, you've got to say. German Cup third round, Europa League quarter-final against Tottenham, not too bad. And a 6th place finish in the league, I'm a little bit disappointed by. I'm not going to pretend. But first season in Europe wasn't a disgrace, I don't think. And yeah, there's an end-of-season meeting, which is a bit strange because I'm not here, but they're acting like I am here. So I'm going to say you can get in the Europa League next year, and hopefully some of them won't like that. Okay, maybe just a mid-table finish at this time. Oh, okay. I respect what you've all got to say. Oh dear, that was really naughty. Shouldn't have done that, but it's not a match, is it? I've not thrown a match. That is the sort of thing, by the way, that might happen in real life. You don't know. You don't know. There's a pre-season. Oh, I can make this start. Oh, let's make it last 8 weeks or 3 weeks. 3-week pre-season. Good luck, Stuttgart, next year. I feel awful. I'm leaving them in it's like you see those motorbikes that ride through rings of fire. I feel like I've just gone through a ring of fire, and the fire is all the Stuttgart players furious with me. This is not nice, Ben. What are you doing? But of course, Dortmund versus Spurs. Then the winner gets into the Champions League. I actually don't know how Spurs have done in the league. I guess we'll check that before we go into it. And then the day after this game is rejoining Dortmund, and I don't know if I have to do some sort of initiation. I'd happily sing a song or something. Things can only get 27 million to spend at Stuttgart. I guess we'll see how that compares to Dortmund. 27 million. Remember that. Now, if they don't get into the Champions League, Dortmund, of course, they go into the Europa League. They did finish 5th, so there will be European competition, but a chance at the Champions League is one step closer to our goal of that Champions League final. Just to reiterate, we get one chance at the Champions League final. One chance. If we don't, like, for example, if we get to the semis and lose, we still get to go again, but if we get to the final and lose, that is that. Here we are then, Dortmund versus Spurs. Let's just take a look then. Spurs 5th. Okay, so both sides 5th in their respective divisions. Iheanacho, by the way, up there in terms of goal scoring. Still one of the only players left around who's doing pretty well. And there's the Premier League table for those that are interested. Pretty much the top 6. As you were. No real change. Arsenal have won the league, though, and they've done that a few times. Who's manager? It can't be Zidane. They'd like that, Arsenal fans, I think. I think they would like that. Right then, Tottenham, apparently favourites for the game. And let's take a look at the teams then. Look at the lineup. See if we got an offer then. Ivan is going to be on this right-hand side. Very good Romanian at 29. One of the more experienced players of the Dortmund side. They've got Luka Jovic, of course, up front. A name that will be familiar to a lot of you. And, of course, this is really my first proper look as probably Dortmund manager, you would say, at this team. Let's see how they get on. They've got Makuru, who's just, I think he's pretty special. And on the other side then, Harry Kane up top through the middle, Tielemans just behind, Roberts on one side, Eric Dyer's in the team as well. A few names that you'll recognise then. And let's get into this then. Who's going to come out on top? Who's going to secure Champions League football? As I say, both finished 5th. So neither got Champions League football domestically. This is their opportunity to be in that tournament. And let's face it, we're kind of rooting for Dortmund. By which I mean, we're definitely rooting for Dortmund. Come on, the Yellow Army. I think they're actually called the Yellow Wall. So we'll go with Yellow Wall. It's not Norwich, for goodness sake. Come on, you Yellows. Oh, that's a good chant. I noticed, by the way, Englert, who is at Stuttgart with us, is playing in the game today. He's played quite a lot this season. You have to say, 12 games in Europe as well. He's been a stalwart then. Let's see how he gets on. Next to Diego Silva, who we know is an absolute star. So this is the first get-to-know-you session as Guerrero puts the ball in towards Silva, out to Everton on this, I was going to say on this right-hand side. He wasn't. He was central. But Paslak on this right side tries to whip it in, out to Silva. Guerrero, shot on goal, deflected and in! Dortmund take the lead. 22 is his shirt number. It's his 3rd goal of the season. Rafael Guerrero with it. And Dortmund take a 1-0 lead. And so far, have looked dominant in the game. Possession-wise, haven't had the most of it. But from what we've seen, they've had the most chances. Let's look at it in 3 dimensions then. It was a bolt from the blue. Show it to me. You can see here then, Paslak is deflected out to Silva, who lays it back to Guerrero. I've got to say, the shot probably going wide or is getting saved, but the deflection is key. I'm not sure who it deflects off. This guy here, it didn't let me click who it was. It might have been Vetturini, though, as he plays right back. That was sort of the position it was in. 1-0 Dortmund as we get ever closer to half-time. Could this be my first Champions League team? Let's see how Dortmund, if Dortmund throw this away at this point, by the way. Comment section, you're going to love that, aren't you? You're going to bloody love it. Right, half-time has been and gone. I thought there was going to be a pause, but actually they've gone straight back into it. And, well, Dortmund are in a good position. And it's up to Spurs to make the changes as they come forward with it. Everton, though, nabs it off him. And now they've got options forward, but he goes backwards, keeping the ball quite nicely up to Luka Jovic, who's had it pinched off him on this left-hand side. And now Spurs' right side can maybe attack towards Harry Kane, the veteran of football at this stage. He's been around the block a little bit, hasn't he? He's like the Ibrahimovic of now, as Luka Jovic then on this left-hand side. Dortmund coming forward. Everton runs onto it. Shot on goal. Just goes wide. Good chance, though, for Dortmund in the Europa League final. So far, 9 shots to Spurs. Well, they've now had 3. A couple more for them there. Possession-wise, Spurs all over there. Interesting, Dortmund don't have the most possession. When they played us, I don't think they did either. So are we going to have to change their style of play ever so slightly? As Luka Jovic takes on one. Shot on goal. Petrenko saves it. Of course, Tottenham as well. Knocked us out of the Europa League. They are in this final because they knocked us out in the quarter-final. They won their semi-final too, should be noted, as it comes again out to Everton, who's causing a few problems. But Harry Kane forward now. Holberg gets there first, but Patrick Roberts chips it forward towards Koltov, who I think caused us a problem in our game, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, we conceded 5. Lots of their players caused us a problem. 63 minutes on the clock. Dortmund, Tottenham, one of them goes to the Champions League. I manage one of them. Spoilers, it ain't Tottenham. So let's see then, can they do it? Can Dortmund hold on? The time is ticking away. 22 minutes left to go. Dortmund have dominated largely in terms of shots, but they've only got a 1-goal lead, a slender 1-goal lead. Will it be extended here? Ivan on this right-hand side pulls it back to Luka Jovic, and a great interception. Number 16, Quinteros, maybe, I'm not quite sure how you'd say that, with the block, a great block as well. Corner played in, Eric Dyer clears it, and Spurs get a chance to break, and at some point I will stop breathing. Okay, no I won't. I meant talking. I might stop breathing if it carries on like this. Luis then in the centre, out to Ivan, into Luka Jovic again. Dortmund look the most likely to score. They come forward with it. Paslak on that right hand side. This is where the goal came from in the first half, remember? But he's had it pinched off him, and a chance maybe for Spurs to counter attack. Eric Dyer into Koltov. Where's he going to go with it? He's driving at the Dortmund back line. Oh, he went all the way. I think it looked to me like it was deflected behind for a corner, but no, a goal kick is given. 15 minutes to go. And the chances now are piling up. Muller in the centre, driving forward with it, into Jovic again, into Mukuru. Oh, and he finds the back of the net. Mukuru with the goal. Aluu Mukuru. I'll change that probably. AM, I think we'll end up calling him. But what a finish, and it gives Dortmund the 2-0 lead. Luka Jovic then slides it through, and the angle, I thought, you know what, this angle doesn't really look like a goal-scoring shot, a goal-scoring angle, but he takes it first time. What a finish into the back of the net. Interesting, where is this final being played? The Amsterdam Arena, of course, recently renamed the Johan Cruyff Arena. I think it's called the Johan Cruyff Arena or Stadium. Johan Cruyff's basically been given the stadium in honour, which I think is a lovely gesture by Axe. I'm really pleased about it. But regardless of that, right now, Dortmund 2-0. I mean, if they get a third, we can consider this game over. If Spurs get a goal, there's going to be a nervy few minutes as Danilo keeps it in. Inside to Paslak, Berchtold, to Muller now. Mukuru, where's it going to go? Muller back on it to Mukuru. They're keeping the ball beautifully in the attacking third, creating all sorts of problems for Spurs as Everton goes through and Everton scores. And I think that means, despite my own ineptitude, Dortmund take the 3-0 lead. And that, my friends, I think means that Borussia Dortmund will be in the Champions League next season, meaning that I, Dr. Reggie FM, will be in the Champions League next season, and I, for one, am bloody excited about it. I've got to say, if they knew I was in the stands, they'd be out to impress me, and my word if they impressed me. This Spurs team, don't forget, gave us a 5-0 thrashing. I mean, we did beat them 2-0, but gave us a 5-0 thrashing. These Dortmund, like I said my Dortmund boys there, these Dortmund boys have turned up, and they've done the job. Dortmund 3, Tottenham 0. That is going to bring us to the end of the episode, I think, straight away. In fact, let's see. We'll take control of Dortmund as well, why not? We'll join Dortmund now. The Champions League side that are Dortmund. We get Stuttgart. I say we. It's so weird. I'm managing 2 teams, it feels like. We get 5 million. Stuttgart get 5 million. And there we are. And Dortmund will certainly look back at some great wins along the way. perhaps the most notable, including their 5-3 aggregate win over Monaco. Of course, they beat Chelsea as well, Saint Etienne and Spurs in the final. They had a really tough run to get here. And well, they're about to be mine. As we go forward then, this is the moment. Join me as we join our next club. Oh, it's been an emotional ride so far. Could this be the final team? That's the question. You can see it there. Dr. Benji leaves Stuttgart. Benji takes Dortmund hot seat. Could this be the final club? We'll have to wait and see then. Lots to look through. We'll probably do next episode. We'll go through a complete squad look through. We'll talk about transfers tomorrow and little bits and pieces like that. And then next episode, whenever that will be after the next episode, oh dearie me, you get what I'm saying, will be the transfer special. We'll see what signings we make, who we bring in maybe from Stuttgart. But for now, we'll leave it here. We are now the Dortmund manager. How much money do they have to spend? Let's just take a look at that. 60 million. Okay. I'm on board. Only 40 in the balance, though. That's never stopped me. And just before we go, if you want to get your hands on a hashtag scenes t-shirt, hoodie or mug, there is a link in the description below. We're also bringing out the Respect the Equipment t-shirt. A lot of people missed it and want it back, so it's available in the store. Link in the description.